Welcome back to Book Club Preview. I'm Michael, and today we're looking at Warriors Fire and Ice, Chapter 24. Now, this is another short chapter. First of all, the gathering is finished. There's nothing else to talk about. StarClan has looked down and disapproved or disliked everything that's been going on. So all the clan cats start to go back to their homes. Now, as ThunderClan is running off, Fireheart can smell Graystripe at the end of the pack. So he kind of goes back behind him, and immediately Graystripe says, "I'm not gonna stop seeing her." Oh, man, and then Fireheart's like, "Man, are you dumb?" He doesn't say it like that, but he's like, "Come on." And right now, Graystripe doesn't take it very seriously, but then Fireheart says, "Man, I think Tiger Claw might know." And that wakes up Graystripe. Really? Well, I don't know for sure, but if he thinks about it, probably. And so finally, Graystripe starts to realize the danger. But he just says, "Okay, look, fine. What if I only meet her at the 4 trees? Then they can't tell our scents. Well, is that okay?" All Fireheart can do is just kind of fine. And he just starts to think about, man, I miss my buddy. I miss our friendship. And he kind of wants to kind of rub his head against Graystripe. But before he can, Graystripe takes off. And then Fireheart's just alone. And he goes into camp alone. When they get into camp, he goes checks on CloudKit. He's well, and he goes out, and Blue Star is already started gathering all the cats together. And she says, "River Clan and Shadow Clan might be teaming up together. We need to be ready. We need to have more patrols, more cats on patrols, and we need to be prepared for battle." And so they're getting kind of more ready to fight. And that's kind of the end. And everyone's a little bit nervous and uncertain, but people try to go to sleep. Fireheart tries to go to sleep too, and he's thinking about everything that's going on. Like, man, River Clan does need food because of what's going on, but I can't say anything. Man, Shadow Clan, they just lost their leader and some other cats. Maybe they wouldn't need to hunt in our territory for food, but maybe it is something else. Although he doesn't really piece it together. And then White Storm says, "Fireheart, you're on patrol in the morning with me and some other cats." And he says, "Okay." And he goes to sleep. In the morning, he goes to CloudKit and he kind of just watches CloudKit play. And CloudKit has a piece of moss and he's throwing it, and he's catching it, and he's kicking it and playing around. And Fireheart's pretty impressed. He's got some good moves for just being a little guy. And he's feeling better, which is important. But CloudKit throws a piece of moss behind the nursery on accident, and he goes to get it, and then Fireheart sees like a shadow of a cat, and Fireheart says, "CloudKit, wait!" And CloudKit stops, and then Tiger Claw comes out with the ball of moss in his mouth, and he says, "You must be careful. You don't want to lose such a precious plaything." And he's looking at Fireheart when he says that. And Fireheart's like, What? I mean, I think he's talking about the moss ball, but is he talking about CloudKit as a plaything? And then he starts thinking, man, what happened with Cinderpaw? Did he think of her as a plaything? And then he's like wondering, man, did Tiger Claw actually hurt Cinderpaw on purpose? I don't know. His brain is kind of wondering what he should do. But he doesn't really know how to piece it together, and that's how the chapter ends. Some vocabulary. Tense. Tense is like tight. Maybe if you exercise, your muscles feel tense. Or in a conversation where there's some stress, it can feel tense. If you imagine like a rubber band, if you pull the rubber band, I don't have one. I have this broken necklace, I guess. But if I pull this tighter, it can feel tense. tight. And that's how everything felt after the gathering. Affair. Affair could be like a situation, something happening, but it can also mean when a married man or a married woman or a married man and woman, they sneak off from their spouse, the person they're married to, and they have a relationship with someone else. That is also an affair. So it could have a kind of double meaning here, as Gray Stripe is kind of meeting this girl secretly, an affair, but it could also just be affair, this situation that's happening. Resilience, ability to come back. If you think about a baby tree, if you bend it, it comes back, right? But a big tree, if you bend it, it can snap. Now, of course, it actually does have resilience. You can see trees blowing in the wind. But our immune system, our bodies, our minds, they can also be resilient too. If someone says something negative to me, I can just take that and get really sad, or I can bounce back and just think about it positively or throw it away. I get sick, and I can get sick for a long time, or I can be resilient and I get well very quickly. That leaves us with our discussion question. How would you take Tiger Claw's threat or caution? I could throw that in there too. Was Tiger Claw just talking about the moss ball? Was he talking about Cloud Kit? Was there something scary or bad in that? If you were Fireheart, what would you do, or what would you think of in that situation? And of course, please make your own discussion question. That is all the time that we have for today, but thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Book Club Preview. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.